was going to be, and how the president really saw it. Bruce Levell, executive director of the National Diversity Council for Trump and member of the Trump 2020 Advisory Board. Always good to see you. Welcome. Ethan Bearman, attorney and radio host of Left Coast News. Great to see you too. So I've just been talking with Karl Rove. Ethan, I'm going to come to you first because Joe Biden is expected moments from now in Michigan, battleground state, to talk about his reaction to all of this. What should he say?
Oh, what should Joe Biden say? I mean, this is a clear abdication of duty by the president. I couldn't disagree more with Karl Rove, who has thrown out the phrase, the buck stops here. Apparently, President Trump has no responsibility to the American people to downplay it the way he just did. Joe Biden needs to point out that we need a president who leads, who needs to have a pandemic response task force like President Obama had put in place, like President Trump is the one who dismantled and got rid of, so we weren't rightfully prepared for this pandemic. We need a strong leader to come out and not lie to us and say it's going to miraculously disappear and downplay it 108 times, as documented by Aaron Blake in the Washington Post just now, or in President Trump's own words to Bob Woodward on the tape. We need a president to say, look, this is serious, folks. Don't panic about it. Our food supply chain is safe and secure.
All right, let me just step in real quickly because I want to do a quick follow with you before I go to Bruce. What about Biden's comments when the president was saying no more travel from China and the president was activating his plan to protect the American people? Joe Biden, indicating that the president wasn't who he should be at that moment. He was accusing him of all sorts of things.
That's a great question, Harris. Thank you. Here's the deal. Joe Biden wasn't president of the United States. Joe Biden didn't have the national intelligence.
So he just gets to say whatever he wants.
No, but here's the deal. He didn't have the insight that President Trump as we just heard on that tape with Bob Woodward, had, which he knew how serious this was. Joe Biden didn't know that at the time.
He wasn't getting briefings in February? That'd be part of a national security briefing if there's a pandemic coming, right? I don't know. I'm just asking the question.
Was getting those, but Joe Biden wasn't in February.
All right. I'm gonna toggle to Bruce, and Bruce, maybe you would know the types of things that an incoming candidate, because you have been with the president for a while, you're with his campaigns will get, I would imagine, some sort of information on these things. Maybe I'm completely in left field on that.
Yeah, and I'm sure Biden had just as much information, obviously, as the president's, how serious it was. He is the nominee of the Democrat Party. But it was interesting, listening to all the Monday quarterbacking, Harris. There's one thing I want to share with the viewers that I was attracted to the president early on and watching him making quick decisions. You got to remember now, let's rewind this. He shut the country down. He made a very quick decision. What key into this? A decision, fast, quick. And I was thinking about all the millions of people, Harris, that he saved by making a bold decision. Remember, he shut down the =1 economy in the world. He knew that 30.6 million small businesses, like my family's business, would be compromised. He knew the schools would be he knew all this was going to happen because he made the decision. So I'm looking at the millions of people he saved by making a quick decision as a true leader, unlike Joe Biden. And number two, look, we're almost 90 million in testing. And this is a lesson learned for everyone, all Americans. It's so important that we, the people, made in America, we should never have our resources dependent on any foreign adversary or anyone in the world. We should have all our prophylaxis. We should have all our vaccines. We should have it here in the U.S. So coming out of this, lesson learned, there's a lot of things that we are going to be manufacturing back here in America with President Trump.
Those pharmaceuticals being made in China, that was a big deal early on in this pandemic. I mean, you had diabetics who were worried about their medications that are made over there. Look, Ethan's even in agreement. I mean, that decoupling from China. Hey, look, every president does a Woodward book and later comes to regret it. Karl Rove spoke those words moments ago. They continue perhaps still to be true. More gentlemen as we get it. Great to have you on the program. We'll be right back. $3,000. $3,000. That's how much veteran homeowners can save every year by using their VA